Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and I am Stitchy Fifer here on YouTube and over on Instagram. A very warm welcome to you if this is your first time visiting my channel. I hope that you find something you like, and if you do, that you click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all in the notification drop down so you're advised whenever I upload new content. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and spending some more time with me. As a general rule, I upload a video on a Saturday, which is my update video. I also upload roughly 2 to 3 Stitch With Me videos per week. Plus, I've now started filming doing live streams in the evenings, British time, around about 7:30, but not tonight because I'll be watching Nicola. So, as I say, if you find something that you like, if you like my projects and you want to follow their progress, please do click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all so you get told whenever I upload new content. Today I am working on McGonagall's library. It's the one that was selected on the wheel spin on yesterday's live stream. Words are hard this morning or this afternoon. Is it morning or afternoon? Oh, it's afternoon. It's well into the afternoon. So words are hard. So yeah, McGonagall's library was the one that was drawn yesterday on my live stream with my little wheel thing. Generally my rotation is 2 days or 1,000 stitches, but I decided because I'm going to be filming my whip parade at the end of the month, and also because I was feeling a little bit, none of my projects were really hitting the spot after finishing my HAED, so I decided that I would do a daily spin to see what the next day's project is. If I don't do it on the live stream, I will film it as a short, so that all transparency, you can see what I've spun for the next day. And if I do film it, or if I do it on the live stream, what I'll do is I'll pop a wee note in my community tab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way, if you've got the same project, you can go and pull it out your stash and work on it with me. I said yes on yesterday's Stitch With Me that I didn't have much to say, and I chatted for the full hour, so I've just realised also I forgot to put my timer on, so I'll do that now. Go, put my timer on for an hour. So grab your drink, your favourite project, grab your drink, and put your feet up and enjoy an hour stitching. I don't know if I'm going to be talking very much. My throat is a little bit sore, but we shall see. 839. I just know this is a big difference after the last 2 days, because the last 2 days I've had pale colours, and today it's like dark colours. It's like they're right in your face after the pale colours of the last 2 days. But I actually prefer stitching on darker colours. I prefer stitching darker colours, I should say, not on darker colours. I'm just going to shut up now because my words are hard today. Can't see you, Charlie. What you doing? I can see you moving at the corner of my eye. I apologize for that little flicker on the light. Cats are playing. I must have knocked the plug that my light's plugged into. It's a USB connection, and I've got a funny feeling that I might be needing to get a new plug for it because it might be a bit loose. 310. So Catherine Stitches. This is your this is your time to get your McGonagall's library out. Come on, Missy, I'm racing off ahead of you. What's this? She'll catch up with me and overtake me because it'll be ages before this comes back out once I start my rotation. I'm trying out different things between now and the end of the year, because although I like the 2 days or 1,000 stitches, on my big projects like this I don't feel I'm getting the progress I'd like to see on it, but I don't want to extend it to 3 days. So I'm not sure what to do with that. I've got 22 projects in my WIP rotation at the moment. It will be 23 at the end of the month. Yes, Oscar, I hear you. So I don't know quite what I'm going to do. I mean, I've enjoyed doing the rotation because it feels like it's long enough for me to see quite a lot of progress. But I think what I might do, get some of the smaller projects off my list, is I might actually just make it a straight 2 days regardless of how many stitches I get. 780. Because I have got a long dog sampler that 6 more stitches sessions will see completed. That is Taboo. It's the next one on my closest to finish list after the HAED saw, so it's my next one to be working on, to getting worked on. If I pull my finger out, I could take it out and work on it all week. Just do the same again as what I did with the HAED saw and just pull it out and work on it all week to get it done. But that's not very good for you guys because you don't get much variety. Whereas if I do stick with my rotation, you've got at least 4 projects, because you'll have from January, because you'll have my HAED saw as well, which I'll be working on in the evening. And I am not telling you what I'm working on. I'm not telling anyone what I'm working on. The only people that know the project I'm working on are myself, the admins of the HAED saw, because they need to know so they can send me out my chart, and Abbey at Crossing Crafts, which is where I get my fabric and my floss from. It will be getting stitched on 25 count, I will tell you that, and it will be stitched 1/1 full cross with CXC, just like all my other the majority of my full coverage projects. I'm not going to say all of them because some of them are on 18 count, but generally I go for 25 count. I did go for 18 count for a wee while because my eyesight was getting bad, and I hadn't got around to get my eyes tested, and it was easier. But I'm looking for 869. Oh, for goodness sake, where are you? This one. So, looking at that window, it's got really misty really quickly. I don't know if it's mist or if it's sort of like drizzly rain, but it's got really horrible. It's really dank, and, or as we say here in Scotland, drake. Yes, Oscar, it's a guide wreath day. And it's just one of those days where you just want to sit wrapped up in a blanket and stitch. Well, I'm not wrapped up in a blanket because my blanket's on the other side of the room. I'm missing a cat to lie on my lap, but I am sitting stitching. I don't think I've been moving very far today, guys. I'm doing it again. I said I wasn't going to talk very much, but I'm talking now. Oh, I am enjoying doing these colours. Enjoying these browns. I was thinking about, once I've got further along with us, getting Dumbledore's library as well. Because I could probably get both of them up on the wall side by side. On one of the walls, once it's going to be huge when it's completed. I might just finish them off as wall hangings, or speak nicely to someone to help me do that. What I'll do is I'll just get like a curtain pole or something, just hang that up and then put that up on the wall and have them hanging. It'd be easy enough to change the projects around if I've got that, you know, if I've got a couple of them finished as wall hangings. I can change them to suit my season. I've got Santa, Rosie Santa there. That'll probably get framed actually. But I was looking at a couple of Donna Gelsinger ones getting I've got the super size Max colour teddy bear tree, and that's going to be big because it's going to be, the height wise is going to be, I think the height wise is 999 stitches. So if you think about the size of fabric that my Kitschy kitchen shelf is on, that sort of size fabric for that on 25 count. Listen to me, 28 count, I can't even, some days I even struggle on 25 count. I am doing this with just my regular glasses today. I'm not putting my readers on yet. Keep them for later for when my eyes start to get tired. I just prefer my regular glasses because when I put my reading glasses on I sometimes struggle to see the screen for pattern creeper. And that has caused some pretty interesting colour combinations. I wish I would stop sewing through my thread though. Right. Gonna be a bit slow today. That's what, 14 minutes and I've only done. I'm doing one stitch a minute at the minute. 830. Oscar, seriously? You need to stop that. I don't know what's wrong with you. If you can't find your toys, it's probably because you've left them someplace. You'd be looking for one of these springs. They get played with. I mean, they're just plastic springs, but they get left all over the house. And the good thing about them is I can stand on them and not break them. whereas the balls, if he leaves the balls lying around, I'll stand on them and not break them. 839. I thought I'd done 839. Wait a minute. That can't be 839 then, can it? Put that one I picked. So yeah, that's one I thought was 839. What colour's that then? No, that is the right colour. That is that. Okay. Oh, for goodness sake, I forgot to mark it as parked. Oscar using the litter tray, so now he's going to come through announcing to everyone that he's used the litter tray. Or he'll come through racing through because he'll be trying to get away from the smell of his number 2. What's it going to be? Are you going to announce to everyone you've used it, or are you going to run away from it? Oh, he's telling everyone he's thinking about telling everyone that he's used it. He's telling everyone he's used it, okay. Right, Oscar, that's enough. I think we all know. Everyone on YouTube knows as well now. The wrong place, isn't it? 1, 2. No, that's in the wrong place. Apart from that in the wrong place. That's what I've done. Oh. I need to wake up a bit more. Right. 3371. I need to fill this one, top this one up. It's getting a bit low. I think I need to go through my master set and make sure that I've got a full skein on of all my colours, because there's 1 or 2 that are getting a bit low. They all tend to be low. Looks like they're all browns that I'm going to use in this pattern, so in this design, so I need to go and do that at some point today. preferably before I actually need, before I actually need a colour. Oh, for goodness sake. That's twice. Can we try and actually get this into the right place? Oh. So what are you guys all stitching on? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you have a designer that you think I'd like, or an artist that you think I'd like, pop that in the comments as well. Just try and see if you can enable me, because I need to be enabled. Like, I really need to be enabled like a hole in the head. But yeah, I've been looking through my projects, like my whips, and then I went and looked through the patterns that I had, and there wasn't very many that sort of called out to me. I don't know if my tastes are changing, or if it's just because I'm feeling a bit meh. Probably because probably the latter, actually. I don't know about the rest of you, but see when you finish a project. See when I finished that project on Saturday. Normally I would have just, I've seen me finishing projects and then turning around the next minute and picking up something else. But on Saturday, I just put the cross stitch away. I said, right, that's it, that's done, that's finished. I'll pick something else up tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I was like, don't know what I want to stitch on. What did I stitch on Sunday? On Sunday, I stitched on Venus. That was right. But even its beautiful colours couldn't keep my interest. So that's why I decided to pop all my projects onto a wheel. I'll let the wheel decide. And once I've gone through them, I reset the wheel and start again. I think I'm wanting to do, like I said, my 2 days rotation and change. But what I think I might do is I might actually just keep doing the wheel. And then just adding in my new projects as and when. Because I'm quite enjoying the fact that I don't know, I don't know now what I'm going to be working on tomorrow, because, because I've not spun the wheel yet. But I think starting from Monday, try and get some order into it. And what I'll do is I'll spin the wheel on the Sunday for the Monday, and I'll work on it for 2 days, and then on the Tuesday I'll spin the wheel for the Wednesday. I think that's what I'll do. And then in the evenings after my dinner, I shall work on the nearest, the project that's nearest to a finish. So that'll be Taboo. I think that's what I'll do starting from Monday. Well, Sunday's for a spin, but starting from Monday, and get back into my rotation. It might just be enough just to stop me from feeling a bit not sure of what I want to do, 3021. Why was just... Do you want to stop that? It's my chair. Pardon me. Sort of combine the fact that I don't know what I'm going to be working on with my rotation, so that it gets its 2 days. Or Yeah, 2 days. That's going to be 2 days. I'm not going to do it all the 1,000 stitches. That's going to be 2 days, regardless. And then if I finish the project, I'll spin the wheel again. Oh, for goodness sake, where's the end of this? The other end of this? Where is it? Right. I don't really like this colour. This shade of brown, it's a dirty brown, it's not. It's 3021, you know, it's a brown with sort of greenish tinge to it. No, I don't like it. It's a muddy brown, it's not as nice as, not as distinct, you know, as some of the other ones. I mean, once it's stitched in, it's nice. It's just on the skin, I don't like it. Shall we? No, that's right. Where's that one? So that's what I think I'll do with that. So I think on Sunday I'll reset the wheel so that all 22 projects get their chance. I optimistically tried to set the camera up so you could see 2 blocks, but I don't think I'm going to get the second blocks done today. Yes, there is a lot of confetti, but it's not like it's not like some designs where it's like one stitch in the block and that's it. You can actually see, right, you can actually see the way, like, okay, there's one colour, one stitch in the block with this colour, but there is there's another stitch the block below, so it's not like you can't see where you're going to go. 898. You know, sometimes you get your confetti and you're sitting there and you're looking, well, where am I going with this? Where's it? You know, there's stitches all over the place that you could go to. You know, there's no defined path, shall we say. Because even though I'm parking and I work methodically line by line on the block, I still like to see where that colour's going to be going so that I can plan where I'm parking my thread. I don't like parking down here and then my next stitch is away across here and then there's nothing else till it's down here, and it's like, well, but you know, if I'm going from there to there, it's shorter path than go from there to there to there. I just, so, I mean, as I say, I park my threads, yeah, That's just to help me when I'm actually working, because I do go line by line, or you know, some instances I go stitch by stitch, because it's just the way that the colours are. I mean, there, this one I'm going to be stitching there, then across there, and then I'm parking it down there to come back along this way. But I can see that because it's the bit of the beam has got two dark lines on it, so I can see where I'm parking, and I can see where it's going, so I know that I'm gradually working these lines across diagonally from left to right, upper left to lower right, diagonally, which is going across, going opposite direction from my diagonals. But because I'm working in the blocks, it's easy to keep track of. I was going to start one top right like Siski does, just to see how I go on. But when it came to it, I actually just started this where I normally start. I really need to, if I'm going to do a different starting point, I really need to remember when I'm actually starting the project, where I'm going. I might start the Celtic Unicorn top right. I don't think I would start at the bottom working up, because of the way that I do my stitches. I would need to change my stitches from starting in the lower left, starting top right, for me to be able to do that. So I'm sorry, Stuart. I can't try that the way that you stitch. It's going to be too much of a change. But it's just so that I come up in an empty hole. You know, if I come up in to try and keep my stitches neat. The way that I stitch, you'll notice that I come up in a hole that's got maybe 1 or 2 threads in it, at the most. Very, very rarely, the only time it comes up in, like, I don't think it ever comes up in a hole with 3 threads in it. It's usually like 0, 1 or 2. And then it goes down in the fuller hole. If that makes sense. Because it comes up there, there's only 2 threads in it, so that's down into the one that's got the 3 threads through it, and then up in that one that's got the 1, and then down in the one that's got the 3, so that's filled that hole. No, I'm in the wrong place. Oops. Right, that in there, and we're going across to 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, and we're doing that one, and then the next one, because it's under a part thread, it's not a complete stitch, gets apart. There is method to my madness when it comes to my stitching, honest. It is. I just remember when I first started stitching, cross stitching, I went on YouTube, as you do, and I came across a lady, I think she was called the Nerdy Needle. She was a science teacher, I think, is what she did for a living. She's not made videos for a good few years now, but she was like talking about how to make footer stitches neater, and I've not tried the lay-in tool because I don't think I need it when I'm only working with one strand. But she was talking about that, about coming up in what she I think actually even Karen, the needlebugs, talked about this. A clean hole and a dirty hole. You come up in a clean hole and go down in a dirty hole. Clean is the one that's got nothing in it, not the or the fewest stitches, the fewest threads going through it. Because if you're coming from the back and you're coming through a block that's got a hole that's got more than 2 or 3, like yeah, I would say more than 2. If it's coming through, so I was coming here, starting my stitch here, I would be pulling all the threads back through from the back to the front. So if I'm starting down in the hole here and going back up to there, because there's only the one thread, I'm not going to put, there's more space in the hole, so I'm not going to pull the thread from the back. If you know what I mean. Right. Oh, wait a minute, what have I done? 2, 3, 4, oh no, that's... I just parked in the wrong place. I was marked it in the wrong place. There we go. What number are you? 3863. Where are you hiding? Oh. Where? I think I need to actually put my threads away when I've finished with them, because it's getting messy. Because I work from the master set. It's not like a kit off each project, although technically I should be, because I'm buying every time I start a new project I get fabric and threads and all the threads that I need from Aimee. Even though I work from the master set, so I've got an active skein of each colour on the floss card, and I just work regardless of the project. I just work from that. It means I'm not having to worry about putting boxes or putting threads away, or chance of losing threads with a colour or whatever. And it means I'm ready just to go. I just have to put my fabric on my frame and I can start stitching. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. The only downside to that is 25 of those floss cards with the one with the 20. Is it 20 holes or 22 holes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 20 hole ones. There's 25 of them. 24 are full, and the last one only has 2 colours on it. So I had to then figure out a way of, right, okay, let's find a way of having them all in that. So what I did was I sacrificed one of the tubs that I keep my spare skeins in. It sits beside me without its lid, and I have them sitting, the floss cards sitting vertically in them. In it, I should say, not them. And I could just flip between the floss cards for whichever to look for the colours. Put them away. But I get lazy and I forget to, and I just don't bother and just dump the one that I've used on the top, and then I've got to move them out the way to get new ones. Instead of being smart and putting them away when I'm finished. No, putting each one away as I finish with it. Where's that? Go back in a minute. I'm just backstitching in a minute, just putting them away so I can find them. Right, now what colour am I looking for? 3863. Oh no, what's on 3860? It's this one, okay. Oh. Then I forget that I've marked off my stitch, hold on. No, so yeah, it's this one. C71. Just there. So yeah, I've got, like I said, I've got them all, the colours on active skein of each colour. And then my spare skeins are kept in floss away bags, and they are kept in, it's currently 8, but I've got two empty ones, so there's going to be 10 storage bins, 5.8 litre storage bins. So 2, 3, 4. So, I think what I might start doing, unless it's a really big project, because there's bound to be skeins in there where I've got duplicates for skeins that are only got 2 or 3 stitches off coming off for a project. You know, I've not got a lot of stitches coming off for them, so I'm going to with lots of, plenty of spares of that particular colour, so I'm going to have to sit and go through my projects and see which colours I've got multiples of, but that I don't really need a lot of, for the, you know, for the, I might have quite a few skeins, but I only need to, like, maybe say 1, but I've got maybe 3 skeins in. And what I'll do is, those might be the colours that I'll start doing, like, the long dogs in, because I only need to wear a couple of skeins in, and it's using up what I've got in stash, instead of just continually adding to it. But I think the reason that I do it that way is because I'm paranoid about running out and colour changes and dye changes and things. So I think that's why I do it that way. And I just order the whole lot all at once, and then it just gets put in stash. And I just start with the fabric. I mean, technically I should sit and go through them all and kit them all up. It takes too long to do that when I'm oh wait a minute, what colour was it? It's that one. Alright, that's to go there. It takes too long to kit up, to put the skeins on my floss drops, my floss cards for each project, and it's time that I'd rather be spent in stitching, so it makes more sense to me just to put them away, and then maybe every couple of months. I've got four projects that I've not put the skeins away yet. They're still sitting in the empty boxes. Because I need to get more floss away bags. I've got some in the house and I can't find them. So I'm going to have to order more. But I don't actually get the actual floss away bags. I get floss. Is it floss snap? Floss track? Something like that. They're the ones that you get from what's the name of the company? They're the same size as floss away bags. They're essentially the same ones, except they're cheaper, and the bit along the top, the that seals the bag, is a wee bit stronger. It makes it a lot firmer when it's closed. When I first got Oscar, he used to like to steal the floss away bags with the floss in them. And at that point, it was before I started doing my threads the way I do them now. And I had them in floss away bags. So I was still working from the master set, but what I did was I had them each colour in its own floss away bag, and then I had about 6 or 7 of the narrower storage bins, and I had the floss away bags sitting vertically in them. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Oscar used to love to steal the bags with the floss out of the tub. I have got a bag in my stash. I'll need to remember and pull it out and let you see it. It's one of the ones that I store my 310s in. I've got 2 full bags of 310. I'm probably going to have another one. And the bag is chewed. Because he stole it and ran off with it and chewed it. I think he thought it was a mouse because it was dark coloured, and he likes both him and Charlie like to play with plastic bags. Weird cats, but they both like the crinkle. I think it's the crinkle sound that they make. Charlie will play with anything crinkly. But I mean, they don't get to play with plastic bags unsupervised, obviously. But they do occasionally get, if it's a bag that's not going to be able to get reused, they get to play with it for a wee while, just while I'm sitting in the room with them. And then as soon as I get up to go anywhere, the bag gets lifted and put in the bin. And I usually have to put it in the outside bin because they will go and pull it back out the bin again. I would say that Charlie's more for plastic bags. Oscar, I've discovered, doesn't like sitting on the floor so much. So if there's a carrier bag lying on the floor, he will sit on it because he doesn't like sitting on the lino. It's not so bad in the carpet, but he doesn't like sitting on the lino in the bathroom or in the kitchen. So if there is anything lying like on the floor, like a bit of cardboard, or a bag, or my rug, he will sit on that rather than sit on the actual linoleum flooring. And Oscar's he's just nuts. I still call him the kitten. He's tiny. Compared to Charlie, he is tiny. Although he is filling out. But yes, he is a wee tiny thing compared to Charlie. Charlie's like chonky. He's quite a big boy, Charlie. He likes his food. Don't ya? Whereas Oscar would quite happily go without eating for a day. You know. Apart from he wouldn't go without his dreamies for the day, that's for certain. Neither of them would. And I'm getting looked at now because I said the D word. They were thinking they're going to get some. But, right, so that's... I'm actually quite enjoying stitching on this today. Even with it being 25 count and it being my normal glasses, I'm quite enjoying. It feels good. Doesn't feel like I'm fighting with fabric or fighting with the threads. But we shall see. Yesterday was a bit of a washout because I think I managed about 470 odd stitches yesterday. It was just, you know, after last week I was hitting 13, 14. I'm going to be half the number of stitches this week that was last week. And I think it's just purely because I've lost my mojo a wee bit. Just these ones that I've got maybe one stitch going over to the next block, I'm just doing them to try and prevent any sort of lines from showing. I noticed on Rosie Santa yesterday I was getting lines. And I thought I had actually managed to get past that, but I noticed I was getting them yesterday. I don't feel like I'm fighting the fabric today at all. I'm actually finding that I'm seeing this quite easily. I'm seeing the holes quite easily. And I wouldn't say I've done anything different for getting it in the frame. I've not pulled it any tighter than I would normally, and I was saying on my live stream last night that I was looking at my Christmas lists being, my Christmas list for stitching, and I'm looking at a corner clamp. As I have 3 or 4, maybe more than that, Q-snaps, and I like the Q-snaps for some of the bigger projects, like for my kitchen shelf. I would have that on a Q-snap because I'd put it on an 11 by 8 or a 17 by 8, and hopefully it's not too heavy for the library. It's going to be more of an oblong. It means that what I would do is I would just put that on the Q-snap, but I'd keep it on the Q-snap. I wouldn't take it off. I like my nard because I can get the fabric tighter. I think I can get the fabric tighter, maybe about the same. 2, 3. But I like the Q-snap for the versatility because I could get the different lengths with the different heights. You know, if you buy an 11" by 11, you know, an 11 by an 11 and an 8 by 8, you've got two 11 by 8s. Because I've got short arms, so I sometimes struggle to reach the top. I know that certainly when I'm starting projects, I really struggle to reach the top left of even the nudge. When I first started on the witching hour, I was using, I had got a 17 by 17 Q-snap, and I hadn't thought about putting the narrower side on, narrower ones on the sides, because I was sticking with the 11 by 11 and 8 by 8 and what have you. And when I first started, I had to actually stitch the top row upside, the top couple of blocks, maybe 3 or 4 blocks down. I had to stitch it upside down because I couldn't reach it. Oh, and then I was watching something. I can't remember who it was I was watching. On YouTube, and they had done, what they'd done was they instead of having an 11 by 11, they had an 11 by 8, or it was a 17 by 8 or something. And I thought, why didn't I think of that? Because when I thought about when I used the scroll frame, when I was using the scroll frame for Harmony, I had it on the narrowest setting for the sides, so that it was only about maybe 6 or 8 inches wide, like high, so that I could reach the back of reach the top. So I thought, why did I not think of that? So that was an absolute game changer, realising that you could switch the sides. I just wish that there was a way you could get a nudge that was, you know, the width, but the width's perfect, but the height I could do with one that's maybe not quite as high. But if I switch to a smaller nudge, I'm forever moving my frame. I usually take them off the frame when I'm finished anyway, for once it's had its rotation. Oh, you twit. I'm looking at the right thread on the PDF, but I've threaded the wrong thread on my needle. Right. One. Whichever one of you it is, scraping it, whatever, in the bedroom, will you stop? Oscar, I'm taking a guess it's you. Because you're usually the one that causes most trouble. Charlie could be lying quite quiet and Oscar will come through and attack his tail out of absolutely nowhere. So Oscar gets a row and Charlie just, you know, He's minding his own business. He's lying on the sofa, minding his own business. And Oscar will come tearing through from the bedroom with a notion just to attack him. I don't know what it is with cats, but pair of them could just be lying in a quiet thing, lying sound asleep, not a care in the world. And then Oscar wakes up and he wakes up with the devil on his shoulder instead of the angel, and decides that he's going to cause bother and goes chasing after chasing after Charlie. Usually right after dinner as well. After they've had their nap after dinner. And I used to get this look from Charlie to say, Mum, tell him, stop. Please. Charlie's getting to that age now, he just can't be bothered with kitten behaviour that because Oscar's only just turned 2. So he's still got all the kitten behaviour. He still acts like a baby. Wants to play all the time. Whereas Charlie's at that age that he's just wants to sleep. He's like been there, done that, got the t-shirt when I want to sleep. So yeah. I'm not saying he's turning into a grumpy old man, but he's turning into a grumpy old man. He doesn't like it when I get up and I move him if he's lying quiet, because he likes to lie, like when I'm stitching normally, I mean not today because I'm doing a live stream, but normally he'll lie and he'll get himself either next to me on the sofa. I'm not doing a live stream, care you? You're not doing a live stream, you're doing your video. Anyway, because I'm filming, he's not around, which isn't like him. And that's my hour. I'll just finish this lot of stitches off. So yeah, he likes to lie either on the back of the sofa or on the arm of the sofa. But he's not happy now because I brought the Chromebook over from the table onto the arm of the chair, because it's easier for me when I'm in my readers to see it, because it's closer. So he's not happy, and plus I then watch YouTube on my actual laptop, because my telly's broke, my TV's broken. So he's lost the arm of the chair basically because of the way I sit and the way that the Chromebook. So he has to like the back of me. And sometimes I forget they're there. They get themselves comfy and they fall asleep, and you forget they're there. And then, of course, when I turn around to get my next thread colour, I did this to Oscar the other day. Oscar was lying right at the back of me. It made itself a wee nest on the cushion in the back of the chair. And I turned round to get the next colour. And maybe in me, I put my elbow up on the back of the chair to make it easier for me. Just because of the way that my backache and stuff is. I find that if I rest my elbow, my shoulder doesn't start hurting, which in turn doesn't aggravate my back. So I just straight away put my elbow up in the back of the chair. Well, did I not land my elbow right on Oscar, right on top of him? He was not happy. He growled at me and walked away. It's the first time he's ever growled at me. It'll be the last time as well, because he got soaked with the sprayer bottle. But yeah, I tend to forget that they're lying there. Oscar's, well, Charlie's not quite as bad, because he will lie and he will give me a pat on the shoulder every so often. If he thinks I'm going to be moving, he's got wise to it. If he knows that, if he feels me adjusting as if I'm going to turn around to pick something up, he'll tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, just let you know, I'm here. No, don't, just watch what you're doing, because, I'm here, I'm comfy. I don't want to move, but, that's what it's like. He just taps me on the shoulder with his paw. But poor Oscar, he's not quite sussed it yet. He's not quite learned of that yet, so he got a rude awakening. But he has been lying at the side of me on the chair, on the seat of the sofa. He started lying beside me and resting his chin on the table. The table's pulled right up to the front of the sofa. So I can only really get two people sitting on my sofa at the moment, because my wee table is pulled right up in front of the middle seat. Not that it matters, because it's only me in the house, so it's, it's not like, the sofa doesn't get a lot of use other than me sitting on it. I was actually thinking about moving my room around a wee bit. Because where I sit, I'm right inside the living room door, and it's a wee bit drafty. So I was thinking, if I move myself, swap my sofa and my chair over, and I can get rid of the TV unit, because I don't have my TV anymore. And so yeah, I could do that. I could get rid of my TV. And what is going on with this? Is this moved? Oh. So I can get rid of the TV unit out the corner. Put my sideboard right into the corner where the TV unit used to be. Put my chair where my sideboard is. And then put my sofa where the chair is. Well, not really, because I don't think there'll be enough room, but I'll bring the chair over to beside the window, next to the radiator, beside the window, so I've got the daylight, natural light, and I can wait a minute. Work my right sides off. That one there. Oh. Okay. on. Right, that is the block completed. 109 stitches in our hour today. Shall I zoom out and let you see? Hold on. Oh, hold on, why is it not? There we go. Come on, is it?